So how much can you harvest from a small kitchen garden every week during the prime production season? That's what we want to talk about in today's video. Welcome to Gardenary. My name is Nicole Burke. I'm the author of Kitchen Garden Revival. And today I want to show you everything that I can pull from my kitchen garden in just 1 week. So let's get into it. All right, I want to kick off today's video by reading to you from my book, Kitchen Garden Revival. So in the introduction, I talk about what a kitchen garden is in the first place, because there's a lot of confusion. A lot of times when I tell people that I help people set up kitchen gardens, they're like, is that like a garden inside your kitchen? I don't get it. But it's not a garden inside your kitchen, it's a kitchen garden. It's a garden outside of your kitchen that you bring into the kitchen often. Did I get tongue twisted there or what? Okay, so let me just stop talking and read to you. That'll clear things up. So I wanted to see if what I say in the book is actually true. So test me out, you ready? Instead of a rambling field or an entire yard planted with vegetables, a kitchen garden is separate from the rest of the landscape and created to be a central feature. It's not something to tuck behind the garage and hide from the neighbors. It's set up to be beautiful front and center. It's a special centerpiece of your home life, a place to entertain and have guests or just hang out with the family. All right, here's the piece we're really testing. At the very least, kitchen gardens can provide all the herbs you'll need year-round, either cut fresh or dried and stored. Beyond that, kitchen gardens can yield most of the greens you and your family eat. And greater still, kitchen gardens can provide large amounts of beans, peppers, squash, cucumbers, and other fresh vegetables in the height of their season, as well as an opportunity for preserved foods for even the coldest winters. The dictionary has its own definition of kitchen garden, but after years of working in my own garden and with hundreds of clients and students, I have mine. A kitchen garden is the missing piece in the pursuit of a whole and happy life. All right, so in the book, I promise you that you could provide all the herbs you need year-round, most of the greens you need for at least half of the year, and then lots of fruiting plants in the prime of their production. So let me show you what I just harvested from my kitchen garden this week. And as you can see, the garden behind me is still packed. There's plenty of things still left to harvest, but this is just what I've pulled in the last few days. So first I have a bowl of cherry tomatoes. So these came off of my arch trellis, and I've been picking at least this many cherry tomatoes off the vine since July. So a bowl a week, I would say, is pretty much standard since July. So what are we at? 2 months of this much production off of 4 plants, basically. I have this one lone blue indigo tomato. These were on the ground and rabbits have eaten a lot of them, but I do get one every now and then. One for them, one for me. You know what I'm saying? All right, the next thing I've been harvesting weekly is these shishito peppers. So I have 3 or 4 shishito plants in the garden, and I've been picking this many shishitos once a week. So we make a blistered shishito dish, super easy. Dip it in a little cream sauce. It's super delicious. So this is off of just a few pepper plants, and we are pulling this many peppers at least once a week off of those plants. Then we have our jalapenos. So we're pulling, I think I have 2 or 3 jalapeno plants, and we're pulling this many jalapenos once a week as well. So I have a hard time sometimes, finding the right things to do with this, but I did just discover from one of our Gardenary garden coaches, jalapeno cheesy bread. So I'm thinking I'm finally gonna know how to use these things, because if you add carbs and dairy to anything, it tastes good, right? Then we have all these other varieties of peppers. So I like to grow a wide variety of small peppers, and we have about 6 plants like this in the kitchen garden, and we're harvesting this many peppers at least every week off those plants. And then last on our fruiting list, let me move some of this away, are beans. So we have bush bean plants, and we've been harvesting at least enough beans to make 1 dish a week since early August. So planted them in July and have been harvesting a lot every single week. And then finally, for the fruit, we also have cucumbers. So these cucumbers have been growing on my obelisk trellis, and we've been picking at least, I would say, 8 cucumbers a week since August. So no cucumbers from the grocery store for at least, say, a month and a half after planting. So that's all the fruiting plants. So that's what I promised in the book, that during the height of their season, you can pretty much skip these things at the grocery store because you're going to be harvesting these again and again every single week. Now, the next thing I promise you is you could harvest most of the greens that you need for at least half the year. So here you can see my Swiss chard. We have tons of Swiss chard in the garden, and the amazing thing is these greens, along with kale and some mustards, actually survived through the hottest part of the summer here in Chicago. So we had upwards of 95 degrees and literally probably a month without any rain. So these greens did great, and we get even more production from greens in the spring and in the fall. So definitely you can be pulling this. I mean, this is just a little bit of the greens that are available in my kitchen garden right now that you could be harvesting again and again. So taking care of all the greens that you're gonna need for your family during their season of growth. And then finally, the thing I promised is that you'd have enough herbs for your whole year. And that is for sure true. Herbs are one of the simplest things to grow in the kitchen garden. So here you have just a little bit of basil that I grabbed last minute. I have probably about 20 plants of basil just hidden throughout my kitchen garden and here in the pollinator garden. And I've been harvesting basil handfuls like this since early June. So it's just been one harvest of basil after another. We use it for pizza and caprices and pesto and pasta and all the things. And then another herb that I grabbed real fast is some chives. And this is for sure something that you should never have to buy from the grocery store again. So the great thing about herbs is that most of them are perennial. A lot of them will come back year after year. And what you do is you harvest and enjoy them throughout their growing season. And if you go into a dormant season where you are under frost or snow or cold, you bring these in, you dry them, and then you get to use them preserved throughout the cold season and then start again with fresh when things finally warm up again. So what do you think? Did I fulfill my promise? Yes, I did, and your kitchen garden will too. So herbs all year round, either fresh or preserved, greens for at least 3 to 6 months out of the year, and then tons of fruit from your kitchen garden during the height of those plants' production. So these are the things that you can pull from your garden every single week from your kitchen garden. And believe it or not, this is all coming from just 90 square feet of raised bed space. So don't underestimate the power of a raised bed kitchen garden. I hope this opens your eyes to the possibilities of what you can grow in your own space. And I hope it convinces you, one, to get my book if you haven't already, Kitchen Garden Revival, and to go for it. If you don't have a kitchen garden set up yet, it's never too late to give it a try. One of the best ways to get started is to take the Green Thumb quiz at gardenary.com. The link for the quiz is right below this video, and you can find out your level in the kitchen garden or in the garden in general. We'll give you a free resource to help you grow to the next level after you answer a few simple, fun questions. Thanks so much for being part of Gardenary and for bringing back the kitchen garden with me. I'll see you next time.